Hey there everyone, it's Thakard and welcome back to more Survival Fountain of Youth. Today we have two different videos covering similar yet different topics. They are both covering perk points though. Specifically, the first video, which already is out, is all about a tier ranking of the perk points from my favorite ones to my least favorite ones. This video is all about the 5 perk points that I pick first. What perks are the most important to me as I crawl from the sea to grab and to help me survive? Now, my opinion on this might very well be different from yours. You might see something in the way that I choose stuff that you don't agree with. Please leave those comments down below and let's have a discussion, because you might do stuff differently. And the way that you do things might be of interest to another player, and they might play along the same play styles as you do, and that might be something that they might want to try. Plus, we can all take a look at everyone's opinions and go, you know what? Maybe that is the right idea. So yeah, let's have a discussion about this. And your 5 initial perks, okay? All right, guys. First off, let's see here. First one I'm going to pick, my initial one to pick, is going to be Thirst Control 1. This is my numero uno. This is the first thing that I will pick. Why? Because it gives you +5 hydration for any foods you eat that have any type of hydration. So if a food that you picked up had like X amount of food, but +1 hydration in it, it now has +6 hydration. So that is really important. And once you get out of the water and onto the beach, the number one thing for you to figure out first is your hydration control. You need that water to survive. So getting this perk point up first will get you a lot of extra hydration from basically all of the food that you eat. Couple caveats to that, but you'll basically get much more hydration for all of those foods. All right, up next, let's see here. Next one for me, number 2 that I will pick up is Better Sleep 1. Better Sleep 1 increases the energy recovery rate while you are sleeping by 10%. That means to get up to a full sleep, I have to sleep 10% less. This is huge because this game is all about, surviving. And how do we do that? Well, we need to collect stuff, to build stuff, to survive and explore. All right, if I am sleeping, I'm not doing any of that. But if I can sleep less, that means that I am collecting more stuff, I'm building more things, I'm doing more exploration, and I am surviving better. So anything that allows us to sleep less, super important. So another thing along with this, guys, make sure you upgrade that primitive leaf of beds to like a normal leaf of beds, and then from there to even the higher tech stuff as soon as you can, because it is super important. The better sleep you have, the less sleep you need, the more time you are surviving. All right. Next up, we have, which one do we want? Which one do we want? I'm looking over my list. So, because these have changed from time to time for me. All right. All right. Next up for me, we're going to go with learning number 1. All right. Learning number 1. Now, learning number 1 gives us 10% more earned skill points. So skill points are, say I'm carrying a heavy object. As I'm carrying said heavy object, I'm getting strength XP. Once I level up in strength, I can carry a little bit more. My carrying capacity goes up by 5% per level. That's huge. So if I take this this perk point here, I can increase the rate that I'm getting that skill XP by 10%, which means I can get those benefits 10% faster. Maybe for the first one, that's a little bit faster, but like for the later ones, it becomes even a bigger perk pickup over time. So getting it early means you get the most out of it for the longest time possible. All right. Number 4 for me here. We are going to go with Resist Poison 1. Resist Poison 1 reduces our chance from getting indigestion from bad food by 30%. So a lot of times in the beginning of the game, early game, you're going to have issues with food. You haven't leveled up your cooking skills yet, so you can still get sick, from cooking. You might be eating food raw out in the field. You're gathering resources, and all you got left are these bird eggs. But you're not close enough to get back to camp and get the real food, and all you have are these bird eggs, so you gobble down the bird eggs. This will help you not get food poisoning from those items. 30% less chance to get food poisoning. So this early on is really important because it means, less chance to get food poisoning, which means your food and water won't decrease faster. So it helps out keeping your food and water high, as well as the fact that you don't need to spend time making medications. All right. My last one here. There are a lot of different choices. All right. Having said what we just said about, trying not to get sick, we are going to take another one that helps us just in case we do get sick. And that is improved sleeping 2. Now, this is the only of my top 5 or my initial 5 that is a level 2. So this costs more skill points. So it costs more, but it's well worth it. So to get all of these, you actually need 6 skill points instead of 5 because this one will cost 2 for you. Now, what this one does is it allows us to sleep. And while we sleep, we have a 20% chance over our base rate to cure a disease while we're sleeping. Whenever you're sleeping, there is a base rate of curing a disease. This gives you an additional 20% on top of that, which once again is a medicine save and a time save. So if I say get a tummy ache, or we'll say flu, we get the flu, and it's like, okay, I can either take my medicine or I can go to sleep, and maybe over the 8 hours that I'm sleeping until I wake up, the flu will cure itself. All right, so if it does that, awesome. I can go about my business and I haven't had to waste any medicine. If it doesn't, then I go, do I want to take the medicine right now, or do I want to try and get rid of it again the next night? Because maybe it doesn't get any worse, So this one is really nice for just improving that sleep a little bit better. And that is definitely going to be my number 5. Is there another one that we might want to toss on there as a little bonus one? Oh, let's see here. I think that's pretty close to what I will get. And most of the other ones I can push off getting for a little while later. To be perfectly honest, my number 6 here would be Better Sleeping 3. And this costs a lot more perk points. This costs another 5. So I'll get these guys first, and then I'll save up for this one before anything else, because this is awesome. So Better Sleep 3, when I have this, all diseases except for fever will not block my healthy sleep. That means if I am well hydrated and I am well fed and I have the flu, or I have a scrape, or I have a serious burn, I can still heal while I sleep. You might have 2 HP left and you have a cut, which normally would stop you from healing. If you have this perk, you can just keep on healing perfectly straight through. All right, guys, these are my 5 choices for my initial perks. The first perk that I will get is Thirst Control 1 to control that hydration. Second perk I will get is Sleep Control 1 to get more sleep for the time that I will be sleeping. Third perk point I get is Learning 1, so I can get more knowledge XP. Fourth perk point will be Resist Poison 1, so I have less chance of getting sick from food. And my 5th initial perk point that I'm going to get is a level 2 one, and that is Better Sleep 2, which allows me to heal diseases 20% better while I sleep. And like I said, the next one that I'm going to get after the 5 is this big boy over here. This, if you haven't watched the other video, spoiler alert, this one here, this one right here, this guy, this is the best perk in the game. Boom, period. So, yeah, this one is always going to be my 6th one. It takes a while to get to it, but I think it's well worth it. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Once again, have that discussion down below in the comments. But also, guys, please, if you like this video, thumbs it up. Give it that like. If you like the channel and the content that I have here, subscribe to the channel. By doing those 2 things, I know that you want to see more of this type of content. All right, guys, you guys go back out onto whatever island you're sitting on right now, and you survive the best you can. See ya. Bye-bye.